to tell you guys that everything was planned from day one.
Gus.
They're all on fucking juice, and especially if they're trying to sell you supplements or coaching that suggest otherwise, throw that shit out the window. Welcome back to American Thor, everybody, and today we are diving into the universe of the fake Natty gym bros once again, because there is a ton of drama in the space. Now, the fitness industry, guys, has got to be the most scumbaggish, con artist, fake coaching bullshit, fake supplement-ridden content creation space on the internet. And these two bodybuilding hobbits are leading the charge as the absolute worst. You've got Hussein Fart Hat or Farquad or whatever the fuck his name is. All I know is his hair is as stupid as this guy's, and Greg Douchette, as they pulled off what they thought was an insanely impressive marketing ploy that has basically exploded in their face. So that's what we're talking about today. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let's jump into it. Let's talk about what happened, catch anybody else up who's not really privy to what's going on. So, backstory. Broccoli-headed Saddam here is probably one of the most famous fake natties in the fitness industry right now, essentially having claimed to, in 2 or 3 years, gone from this to this, and he did it completely naturally. Right? Nobody can believes that at all, but that's what the story is. And his mentor and business partner, Greg Doucette, has been sort of defending him and propping him up as a true natural bodybuilder this entire time, right? Obviously, we'll get into how this is just a giant con artist scam to sell bullshit supplements that don't work here in a little bit. So what they decided is old Farquad here, who's been, again, under scrutiny for the entire time he's been in the industry for being an obvious fake natural, that they would come out and finally admit that, no, he actually was on steroids for 16 months and then hopped off, and now he's natural, or whatever they're trying to say. And then getting the entire fitness industry and bodybuilding community all riled up. The content creators came out with their pitchforks and then decided to say it was all a joke and that he actually is a real natural this entire time. But the only thing we've seen come even close to the success of this marketing gimmick was Bud Light's strategy 2 years ago. All right, but let's take a quick look at what they decided to do here in the video they put out.
To tell you guys that everything was planned from day one.
Gus.
I decided to hop on gear. It was a small cycle, 300 EQ, 300 tests, 300 masterone, a little bit of Anavar and MK as well. And I did this for 16 months. I planned everything all along because I knew I was gonna, Greg was gonna make a video on me at some point. So as soon as it was the 16-month line, I hopped off and, reached out to Greg a couple months later.
All right, so there you go. Old Farthead here admits that he's been on the juice the entire time, all 16 months, right? Couple things I want to point out to you, just some observations of watching this real quick, right? This might be some hot takes. I might get some criticism for this, but let's check this out. All right, first things we notice here, down at the bottom of the screen, Greg's got his Turkmenistan or whatever the fuck this bullshit product is right there in the center. So this is obviously a marketing advertisement gimmick, as we'll see later. But here comes the hot controversial take that might get people riled up. Okay, guys, I'm not that privy to the fake Nattyverse yet. I'm still learning about these people. I know a little bit more about Greg than the rest of them. But when I saw this video and I'm looking at old broccoli head dipshit here, I'm like, okay, yeah, he actually, this is before I sort of saw his transformation pics. He looks natural to me here, guys. And this is actually an insult to him because he's on a shit ton of gear, but like he's sitting here next to Greg Doucette. Guys, keep in mind, Greg is a tiny man. And I'm not trying to beat up on the short kings again. It just so happens every one of these fucking grifters is 5'6". I don't know what it is, but Greg's 5'6". He's tiny. He's a little baby of a man. And Hussein next to him is, I would say, almost objectively smaller than Greg. He's less shredded than Greg. I'm not really seeing it here. That he actually just looks like a normal, natural dude who lifts a little bit in the gym. I mean, like if I was sitting next to either one of these guys, I would look like two of them, literally. And so he's really not that big. I really don't see it, guys. Like he actually could be natural in this video because his physique is just not impressive. Right now, of course, when you look at the transformation photos and he looked like that and he put on 60 pounds of muscle in, you know, what, 2 years, and lean muscle with no extra fat. Let's talk about that real quick, guys. I just want you guys to know, as someone who's completely honest and open about, you know, PED use myself, there's nothing wrong with it. It's 2025. You literally get it through a men's clinic. It's legal. Who gives a shit? Nobody cares at all. They're all f***ing on juice, dude. All of them. Every one of these influencers you can possibly find, you can almost guarantee they're all on it, right? They're all full of shit. Now, obviously, what they're doing here is the scumbaggish advertising ploy for their bullshit supplements, but they also totally f***ed over some other guys in the fitness industry who tried to come to bat for Hussein, and Jeff Nippard, who just got absolutely bulldozed after he staked his credibility for these guys, and then they just used him as a doll and threw him in the dumpster afterwards. But there's been a lot of really good reactions also from different people in this space too. I want to take a look at some that had some good takes and some not so good takes. So let's take a look at that.
He claimed that he built it all entirely natural. Never touched any PEDs, SARMs, peptides. Come to find out that was all a lie. I'm just going to give my guess and hunch. I think this is all fake drama. And why, you say, would they do this? To generate sales for a company they are both heavily invested in. I can't tell you guys how many times I've had content creators reach out to me wanting to stir the pot, make fake drama to generate views and traction. And it's sad to see that that's the route Greg decided to take.
All right, so Kenny actually came out and put that video out before these two dipshits admitted that, oh, it was all a joke. So, I mean, he nailed the fact, knowing that this was a total PR stunt from the beginning. And then another take, which is going to be the opposite of that I don't agree with here. Now, response video from Athlete X. I actually really like his stuff. I think he's got really, really great content. But I think he missed the boat on this one.
Who gives a f*** whether it works for Hussein or Jeff Nippard? Or who cares whether they're using whatever they're using, and therefore it's changing how that thing is working for them? Because at the end of the day, what matters is how it works for you. And this is the part that I think is really important. This is where this video becomes important for people and becomes helpful, and is not just another self-serving review on the controversy. Because I don't think that helps anybody.
All right, definitely cannot see the forest through the trees here on this one. And I get it. You might not understand how you have to deal with grifters, okay? I've got experience dealing with grifters. Those of you on the main channel know that. No, this is so incorrect and such a disservice to the young men who are looking at all of these fitness influencers, okay? Let me explain. So when he says, oh, what possibly could another, reaction video do on this? And what does it matter if, these people are fake natties or not? It matters a lot. Okay, because the only thing that these people understand is being exposed for their lies and their con artist bullshit. And the only way that's done is by people who actually are experts in the field. For example, old Ben Azuli here got away with his secret agent bullshit for so long, even though a lot of people knew he was obviously lying, when a Green Beret who actually did the job he's pretending to do comes out and exposes him, the entire system collapses. So that's why this is important, because this is where I think, and this will get a little bit more serious, why these guys, and they tie into the fake alpha male universe here too, are the absolute worst kind of grifters. So what they're doing is they're building a fake image, just like Wes Watson and Ben Azuli, but they're doing it through fitness. So guys like Hussein, who obviously built this physique through copious amounts of performance enhancing drugs, and then builds a platforming saying that he's natural, so all of these other 16, 17, 18, 19-year-old young men can look at that and go, oh, if I follow or buy his product, buy his coaching, I can achieve these things naturally too. And then what happens? They don't achieve any of those things naturally because it's not possible. And so then what do? They feel inferior. They feel insecure. They think, I must have bad genetics. So then what does that make them do at 18, 19, 20 years old? Turn to performance enhancing drugs because they feel like they can't do it naturally, like, oh, the people with the good genetics. It's the exact same grift as the Wes Watson grift or the Ben Azuli grift, right? Where they don't actually have the money they claim to. They rent everything. They put on this big persona, hey, and sign up for my coaching so you can be just like me, when you're not going to be like that because they don't actually have the things that they're saying. And so by saying, oh, we shouldn't do reaction videos to this, oh, people should just mind their own business and focus on themselves, You are allowing and incentivizing these assholes to continue grifting and fucking stealing money from young men. And I'll break it down for you guys. I have entered into this fake alpha male universe for one purpose: to burn down that exact type of behavior, right? Because I actually have mentored young men, right? Young Green Berets, and developed them into soldiers. Not in the way of these fake alpha males or these fake natties, but actually teaching young men the right way to develop, right? Through hard work, discipline, all of these different things. Not this easy button cheat code. Sign up for my coaching. Sign up for my Turkmenistan and you'll get jacked as fuck as a natty. They know it's not fucking true. It's all a con artist grift. But I will say the great thing is that nobody bought this bullshit, and it actually backfired massively. So, I mean, I know there's a lot of people that are fans of Greg's channel and things like that, but this is a reality check of who this guy is and who all of these guys are, right? They're liars. They're grifters. They're just trying to fucking trick young men into giving them money for bullshit products. That's it. So they followed directly in line with the fake alpha male universe. All right, so my final thoughts, right? Broccoli head, tiny, tiny little man, physique. I don't really think it's that impressive. It used to be, I guess. All right, 2, they're all on fucking juice. And especially if they're trying to sell you supplements or coaching that suggest otherwise, throw that shit out the window. All right, and 3, yes, everyone that has the ability to, especially experts in the fitness industry, should not be allowing people like this to be at the helm because it discredits all of you. So that's going to do it for this one. I will catch y'all in the next video.